Okay, we are back to do the twin flame look-in for Cancer. Welcome back, everyone. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. I have got the general read for love and general, and that is separate, and I'll try and link it into this video. If you're wanting a booking, you can go to the link and we'll get straight into the read. Now, April's an interesting energy, and some people have been feeling it's going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. It's going to be heavy, but it's going to be where we're going to see what is working, what isn't working. It's sort of like the test factor in the next few months, I feel. But it's applying it and balancing things out and directly, how would I put it? And this is for collective energy as well. You know, applying yourself to the situation in a different manner and assessing what you feel is correct. At the moment for twin flames, I do feel those of you who are Cancerians, and again, you'll cross-reference the energy because both of you will be feeling a similar frequency, because the closer you get to union, what you find is you tend to mirror each other's energy. So sometimes you will look at your zodiac sign and you'll get a lot of information coming through that is going on in their life, and sometimes you'll look at theirs and it'll directly correlate with yours because of the mirroring. So look at both, and that's what's really going to help you through the process. And I'm going to be doing separate videos of informative sessions as I'm a twin flame to help you get to the stage you can reach union. Now, at the moment, the frequency coming through is pick who you mix with. I feel that Cancerians are being very selective of the twin flame collective, are being very selective of who they mix with. They're really assessing where to put their energy into, who is with them, who is against them, and they're hoping things turn out okay. What's going to block them is stressing about this, though. So the advice really is, instead of stressing about who's with you, who's against you, once assessed, move away. Move away from what does not longer relate to you. And I feel that's the letting go phase. And I'm going to pull chakra cards on these to see where the blockages are and how Cancerians are directly perceiving it. Because I do feel as though it's almost like you're second guessing yourself. Yeah, really looking at, and it might be because these connections were very important to you. Gathering your tribe, though, the information, it's causing you concerns. You're wondering if you can. You're wondering if you can bring certain situations back. And if they're, you know, you might be passionate about it, but really select carefully who these people are, what it is, and what the bigger picture is. Because I'm feeling that although it's something you loved, you know, look into your heart and say, okay, is this in alignment with me? Who are these people? If you're going to stress about who these people are, really, really think about it before you jump in. Yeah, you feel it can't be manifested. You feel, how do I put it? There might be a situation at a 3D level. I'll have to jump over to what's coming that you don't see, and I'll hyperlink it back. Whatever you're trying to bring back into your life, be careful what you're trying to bring in. Be careful what you take with you. Saturn retrograde is going to show you what isn't working and what will need to be fine-tuned. You might not be as passionate about a scenario, and therefore the manifestation of that isn't coming through. Past tense frequency, I feel you might have had a link to certain pockets of groups, but now it doesn't feel it relates to you. That's very common going through the TF journey, is that the connections that you once held, jobs you once held, ways you were doing things, it does tend to fall down. So this could be for a pocket of you, more so the masculine frequency, but again, it's collective energy of the Cancer twin flame. Now, financially speaking, there may be a lot of things up in the air that are blocking you from your path. Although you're thinking rose-coloured glasses, everything's going to get better, this come through in your general read as well. Really, you know, looking at the situations, and this might be part of a karmic cycle that you're dealing with, you know, knowing your worth and only doing things what you love, or giving too much to those that, you know, you love. But are they taking so much that there's nothing left for that stability and growth? And I'm seeing a lot of red, and I do feel this is connected to family, base chakra, and the movement physically forward. Family at the moment, there may be an energy around of a karmic level. This could be kin, it could be karmic frequencies. Now, it's like there's a lack of maturity in the situation. What's blocking you is, again, a lack of maturity in the situation, but it does feel that there is a lack of ability to heal a particular situation that you're not seeing in a particular fashion, because you've got crown chakra in reverse, and you know it's not an enjoyable dynamic that you're dealing with, so you're unsure how to apply yourself. And again, you need to really meditate on this during the retrograde cycle next month as to what's working and what's not, and what you need to leave behind. Other people at the moment, they may see better ways of doing things. This can be people you're directly linking with, but again, really pick your tribe correctly. Pick who you go to for clarification, Cancer, because I do feel this is what's going to block you. The blocking of it is not allowing certain people to assist, or not seeing their perspective of how to heal this situation. I feel you need to detach, and you're too close to particular situations to gain the clarity. You're going to have to stay level-headed. I feel you need to step outside of yourself and look at it from an external point of view to get the clarity of knowing how you can deal with this. What you don't see coming is it is going to, you know, maybe not taking these burdens with you, maybe leaving them behind, and that some of these burdens aren't yours to hold, and it might be other people are making you accountable for it, and this is causing conflict for you. I do feel that you will take a different turn in a way that you thought you would, and it sort of feels like you continue on, but then something comes at left field, and this is what it is. And it's an easier way of doing something, or potentially it's a scenario that asks you to act on it immediately. Other people are giving you options of what you can do. They might have different various scenarios, but you might be looking at it from one perspective, whereas they're giving you various ways of looking at it. But again, pick who you go to. With the healing, it's find forgiveness in what didn't work, what is working, and try and release yourself from situations that no longer resonate with you any longer. The stress that's coming, I do feel, isn't on your side of the fence, but it's other people not taking accountability, and you can't fix that. This change of events of what's coming, I do feel you intuitively know it's coming, and you'll use your mind after you gather the information. Cancer, you guys are ready to take the mask off, but I do feel this is connected to adversity. I don't feel this is connected to your twin. I feel you're seeing the truth and you're gradually pulling your walls down. But it may be with other people you feel you can't. And this is what's blocking you currently. Your counterpart feels that some of these dreams can't be attained unless the vision or the insight into how you're moving forward is actually starting to be worked upon. So it feels like it's paused. They energetically may feel as though some of it's out of their control, but there's 3D work that can be done. How do I put it? They're waiting for you to react. You're asking for patience from your counterpart, but you're trying to have patience with the process. You do know who this person is. They want more than just intimacy. They want this to manifest. They feel, again, it's that they're waiting for you, Cancer, to move forward. Your overall energy is desire, and it's almost like this month moving into April, you're going to be in a mass assessment of what you feel spiritually connected to. Now, your overall is your twin flame. Very separate to that, you have your own light and your own cup. I feel these external scenarios are what are being dealt with, what is working, what isn't working, and how to see the journey forward. I do feel there are external situations that are asking you to pause, and this is frustrating you. Although you're having patience, patience may not be the motto when push comes to shove. And I feel the push comes to shove is not coming from anyone but the external. Okay, what's blocking you? People around you are, because you're letting go of certain ways of being. It is causing conflict and sadness, but it is coming to an end. And it's no longer do you wish to give your power away. I feel you're going to drop the pride, and you've done a lot of work on yourself. But I feel this is coming through this month where energetically you're going to look at it differently, and you're going to tame the beast within, and you're removing anyone from your life that is tempting you. This can be toxicity, this can be karmics, this can be manipulation. I just feel that's the way you're approaching it. Your twin at the moment, again, is feeling that this manifestation potentially is out of their control. They are feeling, I feel this is their opinion of the situation. They may be questioning why the movement isn't happening. At a 3D level, if they're aware and they're tuned in, they are actually seeing that some people around have negative intent towards them. Not towards you, towards them, but it is directly connected to you. They know what they need to do in their life. They're very grounded. They're very sure of themselves. And they're ready to act when necessary. They do feel entrapped because they have made a choice. And they know that they can move forward, but they also know how this is going to go. They're also not speaking in a sense of explaining how they're feeling because they feel it's unnecessary. Okay, your twin's actually creating personal boundaries until these loose ends tie up. So if they're feeling distant, it's due to that fact. You're gaining a lot of clarity and perspective and knowledge through this process, but you're visually seeing what's going on and you're seeing a different perspective. You're really using intuition this month. Okay. Overall, Cancer, you're going to see and assess what's happening in the first few weeks, I believe. And I do feel there's going to be a turning of events and potentially a tower moment. It's going to impact you for the better, not the bad. It's going to give you the clarity in order to move forward towards your TF and how to actually bring the balance in your life back. And I do feel there's a potential you wish to communicate this truth, and this can be towards your TF and towards other people who you no longer are tempted by. I do feel quite assertive conversion conversations going on. Things that were up in the air in your head, I do feel them blurting out. So those of you who are external to this, be careful, because I do feel you're not actually knowing how much Cancer's evolved and what's coming. Very much what they're wanting is emotional stability, and they're moving towards what's making them happy. Your counterpart might not be as high vibration at the moment, but not because they're physically not, because they're trying to deal with the foundation of situations. They're looking at things very rational. They also feel perhaps potentially a lack of passion for the way things are going due to an instability in the situation. And I need this balance, but they're doing base chakra work at the moment. They will, again, both of you have the potential of communication, okay, because you've got throat chakra coming up. And together, both of you know how this is going to go. Some connections are going to go by the wayside, but I feel these are external. And I do feel, you know, for your overall energy, you've got desire. You know what you want, but you know what you don't want. So it can be karmic frequencies being dealt with, and this could be work colleagues, family members. Whatever these situations are, I feel by the end of the month, you're going to know what you do want, but you already do. But you're definitely going to know what you don't want and how to bring it about. Back shortly.